I'm Katrina, and this is Sew and Tare, and today we are going to be trying for the first time, because I've never seen anybody do it. We are going to take this rabbit fat that I saved from, I think it was either 5 or 6 litters. This is what this brought, and I'm going to render it. So I've never rendered fat. I've seen a lot of videos. We're just gonna see how this goes. I just realized they still have a name tag on. I gave blood. Give blood, everybody. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to set this in the pot and let it thaw. So this is from July and May. I'm guessing this is from July. I thought I had another bag in there, but I guess not. It's probably 5. I think ZD didn't have a litter in the middle of the summer. So this is probably 5, the fat from 5 litters of rabbits. Alright, it's after work the next day. I got it thawed out yesterday, put it in the fridge overnight. And I actually am going to just start with a little bit in the bottom of the pot and see if I can melt that and then add the rest. So again, this is my first time doing it. I've seen videos about it, I've read about it, but I've never actually seen anybody do rabbit fat, but I've seen other lard, so we're gonna try it. And there is a little bit of layer of fat liquefied on the bottom. So I guess we'll just continue to stir this every so often and see how it does. Now I did already take out, but I am seeing some fur in here, just because that's, you know, processing. But we're going to use a coffee filter at the end, so I think it will be okay to do this way. Anyway. So, I also got most of the meat bits off of them. I think there might be still some, but it'll be okay, quickly. Or melting, I guess. Doesn't really cook. A lot of it melted and a lot of it still in there. It's fairly clear. Has a little bit of yellow. The way melted. Some of the fat isn't melted, some of it is turning brown, so anyway, I have volleyball, so I'm going to turn the heat off and let this sit, and hopefully that doesn't screw up the process. We'll come back to it after volleyball. So this has been sitting, and there's some fat at the bottom and the rest of it's still liquid, and so I'm going to heat this up again and we'll go from there. Alright, we are back. This has been sat overnight and it's all kind of solidified, so starting up the heat again. Sometimes things here have to take several days, so I'm just going to put it on like a medium-low until that gets a little more melty. Again, I've never done this before, but I'm going to take, these are cracklings now, which I've also never had, so I'm just using one of these things, take them out. Looks like there's some moisture left in there, but we'll just do it. And I'm going to put it on paper towel, a plate. You guys have seen this tool in some other videos. Getting eggs. This is the kind of thing it's actually made for. We ended up getting a bunch of them because they were so useful for other things. I'm like, huh, maybe I should have one for the kitchen. Alright, so that is a lot of cracklings. Thinking next time I do this, I'm going to try doing grinding it. I just put that back to the back. Put it on medium for a little bit longer, see what we get. When I have it on the back burner, the exhaust, it collects it a little better. I turned off the heat, and I'm gonna let it sit just a little bit before I pour it into the jars, just because it is really hot. I'm not gonna let it sit too long, maybe 5 minutes. And I'm gonna pour it into the jars through a coffee filter in hot water. I did not get the inside wet, I just did the outside, and they're warm. That's just so it doesn't shock the jars. When we put this hot liquid in, I have a canning funnel and a coffee filter. I do not drink coffee, but coffee filters are used for all sorts of things, so I do have them. Originally got them to save seeds on because you can take the seeds off without them falling off, or without them sticking to it like they do other things. Alright, I think this is done. We'll find out. Ooh. I just don't want to make it fall through the hole. You can see a little bitty stream going down. This is to make sure that we don't have any impurities in the actual jar. And I think I can use a regular funnel. The regular funnel, just because I'm afraid this is going to fall through that big hole. That's better. I can put more in there without the filter falling through with a regular funnel. But you can see, like, there's a piece of hair in there from the rabbit. That'll get that out. I mean, the filter will keep it out. See that thing moving in there? It's not actually something moving, it's the direction of where the fat is falling. Little skinny spout of fat. Okay, so in the future, I think what I'll do is I'll use this funnel, I'll just cut off the end. That way it can go up higher. I'm not going to do that right now. Probably should, but I'm not going to. Yeah, for the strength of the cheap coffee filters that I got, I'm not confident just using the canning funnel because it has such a big mouth. It started to fall through. I'm going to fold this so it fits. And I'm going to lift this one up. There we go. So just let this one go. All that happens is that there's some particulates that get in the lowest point, and when that happens, it doesn't, it can't go through. Boy, this is a slow process, but this is going to be some clear fat and no impurities. Hopefully I kept most of the particulates in there. So this jar is pretty much full. It has some space, but we'll call it a quart. And then I decided to warm up a smaller jar because this is probably going to be the one that we're going to be using right away. And I want to test it and see how it tastes and all that. And it's not going to take up a whole quart. So this seems to work best when there is one low point. So it's kind of hard to establish that in the funnel. This time I'm just going to fold this in fourths and put it in kind of more circular. That way it'll have a point. We'll see if that works good. Okay. So I'm trying to leave a lot of the solids in this one. So I'm going to pour the rest of this in. This is going to have a lot of little bits, but it might take a while longer to filter out this part. Alright, this is going at a good pace. So while we're waiting on this one, I have vinegar on this cloth, and I'm just going to close this one up. So it should seal. It's not canning it, but it should seal because of the heat. And I'm just using a metal lid. And that should seal. It's not really necessary that this one's sealed because we did just, I'm going to open it back up, but we'll just put it on. Alright, so we got about 5 cups for 5 liters, so about a cup a liter. So I mean, obviously, liters are different sizes and stuff, but there you go. Alright, here are our cracklings. I've never had cracklings, so I don't know if I like them or not. I know people salt them. I didn't salt them. We'll see. It's not for me. It's, I mean, it's just cooked fat. I think I'm gonna bring these to volleyball with me or something. See if people like them. Maybe it's better with salt, but... Alright, some people like them. I'm not really a fan. It's just fat. I ended up taking these cracklings to volleyball, and several people loved them.
apparently they were really good. So if you like cracklings, they're good. Also, they compared it to chicharrones. If you had chicharrones, then that is, I guess, what this is. I thought that was a pork skin, but I guess it can apply more widely than that. Anyway, so I didn't care for it. Manuel said they were okay, but not great. And but somebody else, they took it home and they ate it, and they came back the next week and said they were wonderful.
So this is what we ended up with, and it's a little bit darker than I thought it was going to be, so I'm not sure if I overcooked it or if that's just how it's supposed to be. I have a feeling it's supposed to be white. It's a little off-white. Anyway, we're going to open up this one and try it out. Alright, this pan is heated up now. Let's see how it goes. Now I'm just going to make some eggs. This is too hot. I'm just going to make some eggs and see how it goes. It smells different than chicken and different than, boy, that has a smoke point, doesn't it? It smells different than chicken and different than bacon for sure. It's smoking already. Alright, let's pour on the eggs. You didn't know this was a quail egg cooking one too, huh? I just have a tortilla with cheese. I'm gonna wrap this up. Little breakfast burrito. It seems that it does have a higher smoke point than other fats, so that's something to note. But the texture of it is a little harder than what bacon fat would be in the fridge. I think I said high smoke point before. It's actually a low smoke point, so it's smoking at a lower temperature. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this is my little breakfast burrito. It smells a little bit different. The fat does. It's just different. It's not good or bad, it's just different. So, let's try this. It's like a breakfast burrito. It tastes fine. The only thing I would say is that it smokes easy, so it might be used better in baking. Maybe I'll try it as the fat for bread and see how that works. I mean, it worked just fine. It worked just fine. But I think I'm gonna try it for baking for that. It has a little bit of flavor. I don't really know how to describe it. It's not the same. I thought it was going to be similar to chicken because the taste of rabbit is similar to chicken, but it's, I guess it's not as strong a flavor as chicken fat is, which is, I think it's called schmalt. So it's not that flavor. It's a different flavor, but it's not as strong, I guess. Yeah, try it. try it, and I encourage you to try it. I'm going to do a couple of videos probably with using this in different ways and see if I like it, use it, you know, one use over another use or not. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you've learned that you can in fact render fat from, I think you can do it from anything, but I've never seen anybody do this before, so I thought I'd try it. I have no idea what it's called after it's rendered. Like I said before, lard is what comes from pigs, tallow comes from cattle, and schmolk comes from chicken. So I don't know what it's called when it comes from a rabbit. It does take quite a few rabbits to make that, and yeah, have fun with it. Alright, thank you for watching, and have a lovely, lovely day. Like and subscribe, and share it with someone who has rabbits. Thank you.